Welcome back, ladies and gents, to another TPM Tactical video. Today's video is going to show you how to create these map overlays. So as you can see in this example, I have this on my public PvP server, which shows where players cannot go into, as in an attacking team here from the north, so Blue 4 for example, cannot go into the MOB's, into Op 4's fire zone area here. I've got these markers down that you can easily see on the map in game, which shows where you cannot cross into. You can fire in this example into this fire zone, but they cannot fire into this MOB circle here. So maybe you want to create your own map overlay for your own public server, or you want to use it for something for custom ops, GM ops, etc. So I just thought I'd put together this video to show you how to do that. But before we do jump in, if you are enjoying these videos, please hit that like and subscribe, share the tutorial videos with others to help share information. And if you have information you'd like to pass on to myself to let me know, or have a tutorial you'd like to see, please leave it in the comments below. Okay, so as you can see here, I'm in the GM mode, and you can see that this is your normal map. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this information, get this mappy DTS file, and I'm going to export it into Photoshop and start adding my overlay onto that. Okay, let's get out of this. So what you need to do, whether it's a custom map or like a modded map or vanilla map, you need to locate the map entity file. So map entity, if it's already, they should already have one in the world. Here it is, and it tells you what you're looking for. So what we're looking for is this satellite background image. So Arlen here. So that's actually located here, Arma Reforger, UI textures, map, worlds, Arlen. So this is it right here. If we double click on it, it brings it up. So if we can zoom in, as you can see, it doesn't have the same detail, like as an example, this one has all the roads and all that. That gets generated and created when you actually go into the game. So this is the file that we're after, and we're going to actually copy out. So what we need to do, it is a bit tedious if you don't have the full PNG or the full TIFF file from the original, from either content creator, so the mod creator, then you can ask them for it. If they're willing to give it to you, they may give it to you. If not, or if you don't feel like asking for it, you're just gonna have to take screenshots. Okay, so what I do here, I'm running a 2K monitor, which gives me a bit more, and a 32-inch screen, so it gives me a bit more visibility. However, what you want to do is get rid of as many windows as possible. So I'm going to go to window here, get rid of my log console, get rid of my resource browser. Okay, from here down the bottom, we want to change this percentage, so this let you zoom in percentage to 100. Here we are. So now what we're going to do, what we're going to do now is I'm going to go to this top right here, get it as far up as possible. Hit on Windows, we've got Windows Shift S to take a screenshot, and I'm going to select, you want to be as accurate as possible to get as much information. So about there. Once I let go, it pops up with this window. Once you click on that, I'm just going to right click, copy, and now I'm going to go into Photoshop. So I'm going to go File, New. One thing I forgot to show you, cancel that quickly, is we need this original size. So take note of this, 4096 by 4096 pixels, because we're going to need that in Photoshop. So once we're in here now, I'm going to go New File. Again, same resolution load as mentioned, 4096 by 4096. Going to up the resolution, 300. So I'm going to keep that at 8-bit and create. Once I'm in here, Control V, because I've already copied it, and snap it to the top. So I try to make sure that the snaps on. This will give you pretty much rough size and a rough, nearly exact location. Okay, so let's go back in here. Take note of where I've crossed over here on the side. So now right click, I'm just going to drag it across. Can I get it? Whoops, sweet, awesome. I'll be able to get it all the way to the top and it doesn't matter if it overlaps because you fix that up in Photoshop. So again, Windows Shift S, sorry. Going to capture that there all the way to the bottom corner. Click on that. Right click, copy into Photoshop. Control V. Well, that nearly perfect. Where's that line? There we go. That lined up perfectly for me. Awesome. Okay, so basically you have to do the same thing now for the rest of it. So I'm going to continue on doing that. I'll probably speed this up so you don't have to listen to me babble on or wait for me to do what I need to do. Where was I approximately? Let's go down to about here. Okay, so now you can see in Photoshop here, I've done it pretty quickly, but it's all pretty much lined up. All the lines around the edge of the, oh, what did I just click on? Just launched something accidentally, I believe. Maybe, maybe not. Close that. And as you can see, it's all lined up. We've got 8 different images here. So if I take away certain parts, you can see it's all different screenshots that I've taken. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to, again, this is not a Photoshop tutorial, so please don't follow exactly what I do in Photoshop. I just do what works for me. I'm just going to create this one here anyway as original. Actually, we'll already call this island. Original. Just in case I stuff something up. It's always good to have a backup. I'll hide that for the time being. So this is my copy now. I'm just going to convert these into smart object, just so it's all one layer there. Okay, so now let's add just going to muck around and add some stuff on top of it to show you. Overlay. Okay, let's add, get this pen symbol. I want the stroke to be that. Fill, no fill. I want this as dotted lines. Okay, so again, this is not really going to make sense, but I'll just draw some lines. This is what I use for my borders. So say the players can't cross into this area for whatever reason. Not that. Might just want to extend this part, move it around a bit. Don't want to move that. Actually, you should probably lock the original map as well so you don't actually move it. Move that so they can't cross into that area. As you can see here, I've drawn that. Let's draw some more. Maybe if we're having it as 2 sides, 2 areas they can't cross into for whatever reason. You want to add some words. Welcome to my server. Spell server correctly. Please visit our Discord. Good enough. Okay, so we've just finished doing an overlay. So we want these overlays to appear in game. I'm going to go File, and then I'm going to go to, so I've already saved it. I'm going to save a copy. From here, I'm just going to call it, it's going to be called example. However, we want to change this save as type down to TIFF. So the reason why we want to do it as TIFF, because this is the recommendation from Arma, from BI, sorry, and using these TIFF options here. So this example from exporting from like Photoshop. So we want LZW in image compression, we want zip unticked, we want these ticked here, and we want discard layers and save a copy. So you can read through here. It's just the Arma Discord at the Arma BI wiki. Arma Reforger textures. You should be able to find the information that you need in here. So again, we're going to TIFF, we're going to go save. Again, LZW is ticked, zips unticked. These two are ticked, and I'm going to click discard layers and save a copy. Once I've done that, that should have gone into the correct spot for me. Oop, zoomed way out. I've lost everything, that's all right. Now I want to bring back my windows so I can see what I'm doing. And now we're going to go into the world editor, which is already open. And we're going to go to a new world. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up Ireland, just a blank island. File, new world. I'm going to create a subscene. Actually, I should probably import my file first. Let's do that. Back over here. Let's close that down. So in my game project, map overlay, video, I'm just going to create a new folder. Just call it images. And now I'm just going to locate my file. Example.tiff. Oh, dragged it into the wrong spot. Let it finish doing its thing. There we go. So double click on this, go to import settings. Just going to change this to sRGB, format compress best. Yep, leave it at that. Re-import resource. TIFFs are generally going to be larger files than JPEGs and PNGs, so they may take a little bit longer to import. Okay, so now I'm just going to relocate both these to my images folder where they should have been in the first place. Just going to double click on that, make sure it's good. Yep, sweet. As you can see now, my overlay here is in game and it's example.edds file. I'll double click on it with so resolution, width and height 4096 by 4096. Okay, so I'm going to go into my world now. Here's the new world I've just created. So again, I went load world, I loaded the Ireland world, then I've gone file, new world, subscene, and now I'm just going to save this world as. I'm going to save it into my project. I'm going to create a new folder called worlds. In worlds, I'm just going to call it example. So here we are, example. I'm going to use the plugin to make a game mode, just game master, nice and simple. Just scanning the world now so that it's scanning for any what do you call it, managers are required. So it needs all these. Go next, create entities. Yep. Next, that was back. It's just telling you that I need to set the SCR AI world to configure for this map, so the nav mesh, so the AI know where to go, and the map entity, so set up map textures. So again, next, and create a header. I'm not going to worry about creating a header. You would if you're going to publish this. Again, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to skip that and close. So we're in here now. So if I go play, this is just basically vanilla game master or GM mode on Ireland. Press M. It actually has no map at the moment because it hasn't been linked to the original Ireland EDDS file for the background, the satellite imagery. So what we're going to do now is search map entity. And you can see there's one here already in the world. So for example, if I delete this one that I've just created and hit play, it will now default back to the original one. And it has everything there. But I want to use my map overlay. So now I'm going to need to throw that map entity back into the world. Here it is here. And as you can see down the bottom right here, so I've clicked on it, map entity 2, and it's pointing to map geometry data. So we need to select this and navigate to wherever it's located. So each, even map mods will have this information as a requirement when they build a map. So we're using Ireland, so it's this Ireland top.topo. That's the information there. And actually, what else was there? Eden, scenario framework. Yeah, sweet. So just island.topo. I've already selected it. And now the satellite background image. So we're going to go into my project here. So map overlays video, images, example EDDS file. Select that. Control S to save that. And now I'm just going to hit play. Let's have a look. My apologies. See how it's come out like this? So what you actually need to do, it's there, but its resolution is pretty bad. So let me just close this down and reopen the world editor. Let's hit play now. And there we are. Welcome to my server. Please visit our Discord. I didn't even spell our correctly. Anyway, you can see our dotted line. So things to consider though, see how it goes below the road markers and other buildings, etc. So that stuff goes on top of the original map. That's why when you look at the original satellite EDDS file, where was it? What's it called? Arlen. Rust, yep. So when you look here, you can see that it doesn't have any of the road textures. So what you're basically doing is you're replacing this, and all you're adding in is your overlay. But when you're in game, it's still going to come out with the buildings and roads and other objects on top of that. So always be wary of that. So as you can see here, if you zoom right in, obviously the quality is going to be as good as everything else is. You can see in the background, it is the background image. But overall, it gives you that overlay that you're after. So things to consider though is making sure when you are creating this, that you've gone into, make sure that you have put these in the right spot. So make sure you've pasted as accurately as possible. You may need to test and adjust, just because if you place it in the wrong spot, your map might be out by, if you done it in the wrong spot by 10 meters, maybe it's out by 10 meters. So let's go over here, for example. See how accurate I did this. So a good way to test it is you find an intersection, zoom right in to center as possible, press M and see where your map is. So let's go center of this road here, probably about here. So that's pretty accurate. It's only probably slightly out, but otherwise that is pretty accurate for a quick job. But otherwise, yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's how you create those overlays. So again, the example I showed at the start looked like this, where I have my fire zones where players could shoot into but can't cross over into, etc. So hopefully that has shown some people how to do that, because I've had a couple of people ask me that question. And yeah, if you are enjoying these videos, again, please hit that like and subscribe button and leave a comment below. Thanks for your time and enjoy the rest of your day. Cheers.